Hey guys, welcome to another video. It has been a while since I've done some kind of talking. I've uploaded quite a few shorts videos recently of kind of covers, as you guys will know, but yeah, I just thought today we could talk about something a little bit different. So without further ado, I'd like to get to the title, which is Knowing Your Self-Worth. Now, I'm with my friend here, Matt. He's my flatmate. You've probably seen him before, or if not, then
probably appeared in one or two videos.
First of all, thanks very much to all my new subscribers on the channel. That's great. But yeah, I just wanted to have a chat with you guys because I know everyone's been going through some difficult times in the pandemic, and you know, some of you might still be unemployed, some of you might feel a bit lost, you know, because I certainly did, and I know Matt did.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, sometimes I still struggle with that, I think.
Yeah, and I think what's happened to a lot of people, especially creative people, is they've actually lost their purpose and they've forgotten what their purpose in this life is. And actually what me and Matt have been doing recently is actually trying to find that purpose again, trying to go out and get what it is we want to do. So for example with Matt, I'll let him speak a bit more about this, but it's his poetry.
Yeah, so I actually just came from quite a big rut in my poetry as well. I mean, this is kind of natural anyway when you're in grade, you know. Charlie, you probably find it when you probably go a while without a song or anything like that.
Yeah, you have like a creative block, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. And I've been dealing with some personal issues, so that sort of stopped me from writing. But I think the only advice there is that you just have to do it sometimes, even when you don't feel it.
Yeah.
Because I did that, and now I'm sort of through that block, and that sort of has helped me mentally a lot.
Yeah, and I think because I heard Matt do a piece, Matt showed me a piece of his poetry, and then he was kind of half doing it, not really focusing on it, and then obviously he works a 9-to-5 job as well, like I imagine a lot of you do as well. You know, job gets in the way, but I actually said to Matt, you know, this is really good, you should do more of this. And so we have been doing that, and he's more fulfilled.
Yeah, I think that the hardest thing as well is obviously, as I struggle with it quite a lot, is thinking your work is good. But I think if you've got people that say it's good, and also you've got to do it for yourself as well, I think that's the main important part. But also just give yourself like a bit of time with it as well, because I know I have to do that, because like Charlie said, I also work a 9-to-5 job, so you know, because I often see writing advice that is like, oh, you have to write like every day, but you don't have to do that. You just have to find what works for you, because I find if I leave it a bit, sometimes it's better. I don't know if you have that with your music sometimes.
Yeah, I do, and I find that stuff gets in the way. And I really this year want to, and I know Matt's the same, and I hope all of you, no matter what talent it is you've got, whether it's a hobby, whether it's just a general thing that you really enjoy, if it's aside from your work, I really encourage you all to focus on really pursuing that this year. And talking about the whole knowing your self-worth thing, just know that if you're feeling slightly lost, even if you're working a job that you're not completely happy with, maybe it's not what you want to be doing, maybe it's your creative skill that you want to do, you want to make a full-time job, maybe it's that, and we all desperately want that. But just know that even if you're doing a job that you don't really think is good, or it's not helping anyone, it could literally be working in a shop, it could be working in hospitality, whatever it is, you are still bringing worth to yourself, and you're still bringing help to other people. Matt works in a museum. Sometimes he doesn't want to go in. I know you don't want to go in.
Yeah, well, that's something I struggle with, yeah. But I find that, like, normally I'm better for when I go in. I know it won't always be the case, but if I like laze around, then I don't end up. Whereas if I go in, I find I end up doing more, because what I've done, what I started to do last year as well, was I got pretty smart with the time I use. So even when on the tube, I write poems in my phone, and I do stuff like that so it makes me feel a little bit better anyway.
Yeah, so you're making the most of all those times, even when you're travelling to work. He's you know, even when he's travelling to work, he's writing stuff down, he's having ideas, so he's making the most of that. And that's what I think a lot of us struggle to do. It's what I've been doing more. I think, you know, if I'm walking, let's say I'm walking to the shopping centre, which is like 10 minutes walk, what could I be doing in that 10 minutes? Oh, I know, I could post an Instagram picture, or I could post something, or I could write some lyrics for a song, you know? And that's the sort of time that I used to just waste, and now I'm really trying not to. And, you know, I think it's important to know that you're always helping someone, whatever you're doing, you know, and never feel like you're worthless, you know?
Yeah, I believe that. I agree with that. And I think as well, like you said, like you gotta, I think even when you know, have that 10-minute walk to the shop, or sometimes when I'm in the shop and there's not a lot of customers, you know, I start thinking and just start getting inspired. So, you know, all that time that I'm going to work, I'm, you know, meeting new people, and I'm getting inspired by various things. So
you can be thinking about what you want to do creatively next,
yeah, exactly.
You know?
Whereas if I didn't have that, you know, and I was just lying in bed, then I just watch TV and do nothing. Yeah. And I think that's the important part. Like, you gotta try to, because it's something I struggle with, like getting out of the flat. Especially now, it's, you know, it's cold, it's January, and you know, no one's got any money.
And I think that doesn't help the situation in a lot of people's cases. Maybe some of you guys out there, because, you know, they might feel lost. They might not have a job, they might have been made redundant, but also on top of that, it gets dark quickly and it's cold.
It gets so dark,
and it's a big time for depression, you know, and we really need to fight this, you know, depression. We really need to, you know, overcome it, and we all need to just tell ourselves we are better than this, and we've all got hobbies, we're all different, and, you know, believe me, if you just be yourself and you really pursue something, I believe anybody, if they put the work in, I believe they can achieve anything.
And even if like times are tough and you're struggling a little bit, you don't have to spend money or go out. Sometimes you can just like take a walk around the block. Like, I mean, me and you, we tend to just grab a coffee or something like that. Sometimes we just like get a can from like Poundland, and we just go on like a little walk and just chat.
Just anything to try and just keep yourself motivated in some way, whatever it needs to be. And I'd also say that, you know, if you're stuck in a job that you really don't like, please, I encourage you to change it and just think about what you want to do. Jot down on a piece of paper what it is you want to do. You know, if you're feeling really unsure about what it is you want to do, just write some stuff down on paper. Just literally write the pros and cons about your job, what it is you like, what it is you don't like, and then you'll begin to learn what you like and what you don't like, and you'll find more about yourself.
Well, I think that's key, really. Is just even though because even now, me, I'm still looking. I think you just have to keep looking. I mean, like I was saying to you the other day, ages ago, I was living at home. I had no money, but I spent 2 months looking for like a museum job because I didn't want another like warehouse job. So I think if you've got the time, use it and, you know, really spend it. And most people might think you're, you know, a bit lazy or something if you don't go out to work. But yeah, take your time if you can, and if you can't, I would just advise you just to keep looking. I would never accept the situation as
never accept the bare minimum.
Exactly.
That's what I would say, because if you always accept and you just think, oh, I have to do this, I just have to do this, I don't want to go into. If you wake up every day and you think, I don't want to go to work, then that is really sad, because that is your life. You're not living your life to your full potential. And I know each and every one of you out there has that potential to go on and do whatever it is you want to do. And the main thing, the key to it all, is just to start. You know, if you're a poet, if you're a photographer, if you're a musician, you know, whatever you are, you know, if you're an artist, whatever it might be, just literally start an Instagram, start a YouTube, start a Facebook, whatever it is, and then at least you're on some sort of journey to possibly succeeding, you know. But if you don't do anything, then you're always going to be wondering what if, and I think it's very easy to procrastinate. I did say to Matt, maybe we need to get some more content, so I've been going out with him filming more content, and it's been really good. We've been going around London and we feel more productive.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, it's so good to see the content as well.
But I do think a lot of people out there, especially now, you know, having been probably made redundant from work and feeling a bit lost, they get into this trap of feeling like they're not good enough to pursue their hobby.
Yeah.
So that's what I wanted to reiterate to you guys, is you are good enough. And that's why I wanted to get Matt in the video, because he's quite good at encouraging anybody who's...
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, you don't have to be... I think a lot of the problem as well is I have this. Like, you want to be like really great at it. Like, you want to be the best thing
straight away.
Yeah, but that's not how it works.
No.
Like, even because I mean... Because I would say I'm good at my poetry, but there's other hobbies that I enjoy that I know that I'm not good at, but I enjoy them anyway. And if them things bring you joy, then you might as well do them. Like I haven't done it in a bit, but I quite enjoy baking, and I'm not amazing at it, but I like to do it every so often because one, it gets you thinking, and it gets you in that creative mode, and it's just quite cathartic. So and
it's something you enjoy, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And you got. I think the main important thing as well, you've got to. I've probably already said this, but you've got to make sure you do it for yourself.
Yeah, and on that point, make sure that you're on your own timeline, because if you start, this is what I used to do, and I still do it occasionally, I'm very guilty of it, but if you start comparing yourself to other people all the time, especially in that industry that you're trying to get involved with, you can get very down. You know, oh, so-and-so's ahead of me, yeah, but so-and-so's doing this, or a friend's doing more than I am. You need to just try and cut that out and just think you're on your own path, you do things your own pace, and trust me, you'll get there. You know, if you believe you're really good at something, you will get there.
I think that advice
That's the thing, isn't it?
A key, because I mean I have that as well. You know, I look at all these other like poets and I'm like, wow, they're like really famous and stuff like that. And you know, it gets to me sometimes. I'm like, you know, I only got like 5 views on that video.
Yeah.
But the main thing is that I'm doing it on my own timeline. So, and you know, you make people happy doing it. So,
and as long as you enjoy doing
it.
Because
if you make yourself happy doing it, then you're able to make other people happy. The key is people care about you and they want you to be happy. So looking after yourself.
And I promise you, if you keep releasing things and you keep putting videos up and you keep putting drawings up and whatever it is and posting, you will see some sort of success. I mean, Matt wasn't posting very much, and now he's started posting more, and already his TikTok's doing pretty well.
I was new to TikTok, and my first video did like 500 views, which was pretty crazy. And I mean, I haven't got as many views, but I've still got like nearly 200 views on some of my other videos. And considering I only have like 6 videos at the moment, it's pretty crazy. Sometimes it all depends on the media you use as well.
It does, but also, you know, there's something to be said about the consistency that you're doing. You know, if he wasn't posting at all, if I wasn't posting at all, we'd see like literally nothing, you know, because nothing would be getting done. But I've really tried since last October to keep posting, and I've seen some results, you know. But I always used to procrastinate, but now I'm posting, trying to post like once every other day, and I am seeing a slow increase in my audience going up, as probably
me too. I think that's the trick, because that's something I struggle with is kind of maintaining it. Because I think that's sort of what happened to because I do a poetry podcast called Poetry Podcast 101, and I think that's sort of the problem with that is I sort of I wouldn't do it for several months at a time, so I sort of lost that key audience. So I think you gotta just try and make time for it when you can.
And that's why it's important that you're doing something you really enjoy, because as long as you're doing you know, you're part of a hobby that you really enjoy, and you know, you're doing it for yourself and no one else, then you know you're going to want to keep doing stuff. I've really tried to get more involved in YouTube, and I have seen my subscribers go up, which is great, and I'm always grateful for any of you guys who follow. Thanks so much again. I can't, you know, thank you enough for all your support. And I'm finally feeling like I've got that excitement again. You know, I'm bringing out another single called Comes and Goes, which I'm really excited to do. I'm going to be doing a music video for it in about 6 weeks, and I'm really happy and I'm really excited to release it, because it's probably one of the best songs I've ever written, and that for me is really exciting. And I don't care whether it gets 50 views or 100,000 views or 1 million, whatever it is. I just know that I have put my heart and soul into that, and that makes me happy and fulfilled. So that's what I encourage you guys to do. And you know, I want to bring it back again, just to wrap this up. I want to say, you know, just start the journey, because I know how difficult it is when you're in a rut and you know, you think, oh no, I don't want to do it. But I promise you, if you get on it now, it's never too late. It's never too late.
It's never too late. You can be any age when you start doing stuff. I mean, I only started doing my poetry like probably maybe 1 or 2 years ago. Really, like I only got into it like now, and you know. There's no, like you said, like everyone's on their own timeline. So even if you're 50, 60, 18, even like 12, or you know, it's just up to you, man. I think
it's about when you start, and that's how it is, isn't it? So it's about starting. So I hope this video has helped you guys. But yeah, just to reiterate, I just want you all to know that, you know, anybody who's struggling out there, we are here, you know, and you can always reach out to us as well. I'm always around to answer messages, anything like that, any advice anybody needs. But I really encourage you to go and do your hobbies, because they could soon turn into your full-time job.
Yeah, and even if you just do them on the side or whatever, just do it. Just whatever you want to do. And even if you think it might be lame, I assure you it's not.
Give it a go. And you know, I would always encourage people to give things a go. And then if they don't work out, then that's fine, but at least you tried. Whereas if you're constantly worried about what people are going to say about you or what people might think of you, you end up doing nothing, and that's worse.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's the key, because you can always start over. You can always. Yeah. It doesn't have to be, because everyone thinks, you know, life is, you know, a straight line, but it's really not. It's really a whole wobbly line. You can start over, you can stop, but yeah, I think the key is just start, give it a go.
Yeah, and, you know, I agree.
It might not be the best thing ever. It might be, but it might not be, and that's fine, because everyone's always started that way.
Yeah. Well, thanks so much, guys. We're going to wrap this up, but yeah, please feel free to comment, like, subscribe, go and check out Matt on his podcast. Once more.
So it's Poetry Podcast 101. I've also got a Twitter, and if you just type Matt Earwaker into Google, I've got also a little poetry book on Amazon.
Sweet. I'll see you in the next one, okay?
Take care.
Take care.